At 3:45 in the morning, it's about knee height on me, all right? By 4:45, it rises up. This wall you're going to see is 13 feet high. Imagine the water going another 10 feet beyond that, all within 1 hour. Too much for those people to react.
The lives lost in the Texas floods and the desperate search for the missing.
If people are watching this, what do you want them to know? What do you want to tell them?
Sorry, what is going on in Texas? I've been seeing this popping up on my newsfeed over the last 2-3 days. What is going on? God, let's go.
Need help. That's all.
Missing.
If people are watching this, what do you want them to know? What do you want to tell them?
We need help. That's all I can say. We need help.
From CBS News headquarters in New York, this is the CBS Evening News.
Good evening, I'm Maurice Dubois in Kerrville, Texas. John Dickerson is off tonight. The floodwaters were too much for the ground to absorb, and now the enormity of the disaster is nearly impossible to bear. The loss of more than 100 people, many of them children attending summer camp. 8-year-old sisters Hannah and Rebecca Lawrence of Dallas had just finished second grade. Their brokenhearted parents said, "They brought us so much joy." We are devoting much of this broadcast to this still unfolding tragedy, which began in the early morning hours of the 4th of July. Camp Mystic, just west of us here, was washed away when heavy rain caused the Guadalupe River to crash over its banks in a matter of minutes with little warning.
My goodness.
We made our way to Camp Mystic along the Guadalupe River in Hunt, Texas, an all-girls Christian summer camp that was destroyed.
It's like a needle in a haystack situation.
Inside the camp, we met Fletcher Cordell as he searched for what was left of his 11-year-old daughter's belongings. Olivia was rescued by helicopter as the deadly river rose 26 feet in less than an hour.
I'm just...
Wait. How did all this happen so quickly? Like, is there normally you get some kind of warning, don't you? It can't just happen like that. I'm guessing there must have been a lot of rainfall. And the fact, oh my God, what's making this so sad? The girl camp. These are little girls, man. Oh God, hopefully oh my, I don't even know. Hopefully a lot of people survived. Let's find out. Oh my God. Just imagine you're just there for the summer with your friends. That's why I tell people, life is so short. You never know what's gonna happen. No one is safe. You never know what's gonna happen in life. You never know. I feel for the family, for the parents, man.
trying to do what I can.
26 feet in less than an hour.
I'm just trying to do what I can for my daughter. And right now what that means is getting as much of her stuff as I can.
27 campers and counselors were killed in the flash flooding, including 18-year-old Chloe Childress, a counselor who had just graduated from high school, and the camp's owner, Dick Eastland. This video shows playful moments at the camp just days before it was destroyed. Since Friday, hundreds of search and rescue operations have been launched around the clock, leading to 850 water rescues. Dozens more rescued by helicopter from tree branches and rooftops. We flew over the flood zone on a Coast Guard plane equipped with thermal technology that can pick up body heat in the dense woods below.
From the cockpit, you get a totally different view. You get the perspective of the pilots as they search the rivers, the campsite, anywhere, any sign. They're looking for survivors.
But on this mission, they came up empty. Lieutenant Jordan Hobson is with the Coast Guard.
We want to do everything that we can in our ability to help find any survivors that are still out there. So we're going to put forward our best effort.
Across the road from Camp Mystic, 30 family members of 67-year-old Alicia Olvera are looking for her everywhere. Olvera's husband was found dead, and she's been missing since Friday.
Where does she live?
She lived right there in the house.
Juvia Torres is her daughter.
If people are watching this, what do you want them to know? What do you want to tell them?
We need help. That's all I can say. We need help searching. We need to find her.
And you certainly wish them the best. Our hearts go out to them and all the people here trying to struggle, trying to deal with this. Everywhere you turn, there are people with stories, tears in their eyes. You wonder how long it's going to take for them to recover, if they ever will. The flooding here in the Texas Hill Country is common, and there were alerts leading up to the 4th of July, but no one foresaw the disaster that was coming. Jason Allen joins me now with that part of the story. Jason.
And Maurice, we have been asking people since we got here the day of the flood if they knew when they went to bed.
Wait, like, is this something that happens frequently, but it's never like on this scale? So I'm guessing, because obviously in the United States, there's so many things happen. You got flooding, you got storms, there's all these earthquakes. It depends where you live. So I'm guessing they probably used to die in this area, but it's never like up to this magnitude. So no one was ready, and you can't. Oh my God! It's such a sad thing. It's such a sad thing because like whenever things like this happen, I'm really trying to put myself in the scenario. If this was my little sister, you know, people just out there vulnerable. But how are people helping? Are these people just doing such a? Is it calm down now? Is it safe for people to go look for people? Like, what's going on?
On July 3rd, been asking people since we got here the day of the flood if they knew when they went to bed on July 3rd if this river was going to rise. We found that debate on how to alert people to that danger has been going on here for years.
Okay.
The first sign of trouble came Wednesday, July 2nd, 2 days before the flood. The Texas Division of Emergency Management activated state emergency response resources, citing increased threats of flooding. On Thursday, the National Weather Service brought in extra staff to monitor for flooding and issued a flood watch. At 1:14 a.m. local time on Friday, the agency sent out its first emergency alert for Kerr County. That triggered cell phone alerts and weather radios, but it did not mention evacuation. It sent another alert at 3:35 a.m. Again, no mention of evacuation. At 4:03 a.m., Kerr County residents were urged to move to higher ground now, calling the flood an extremely dangerous.
Oh, so you guys actually get? Oh yeah, I think my girlfriend was telling me when she went to the United States. So you guys get the message when something's about to happen to every single. We don't get there. We don't get that over here. But it's good that they actually send message to everyone. But the fact that they didn't say evacuate, and you can't. Do you know what's crazy? You can't blame people for not leaving, because they must have seen this happen so many times, and they just okay, it's just another one. No one's gonna think this was gonna happen and then stay. You know, you can't blame anyone for staying. Oh, this is sad.
Dangerous and life-threatening situation. Time-lapse video shows the water level rising to 23.4 feet in Kerrville.
It only took 45 minutes for the Guadalupe River to rise 26 feet in some places. The hill country is widely known as Flash Flood Alley because the intense rain that hits the hills, it falls on limestone and the runoff roars down canyons.
Back in 1987, a flash flood killed 10 teenage campers. CBS News teams captured video as people were rescued from treetops and out of the raging river. 8 years ago, local officials say a lack of funding prevented emergency sirens from being installed. Today, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick told us the state could fund an emergency alert system.
If they can't afford to do it, then let us do it.
Is that a possibility?
Sure, we have a special session starting 2 weeks from today.
Like, we're paying. If I'm paying taxes, get it done. Like, how much will it cost to get that? Come on. Come on. People are paying taxes for a reason. Am I wrong here? If I'm paying my taxes, I expect you to do stuff that's going to save my life. Please.
And I think we can take that up and do some other things of funding these sirens. If there had been a siren, maybe that would have sparked people to say, oh, we have a massive disaster like 5 minutes away.
Jason, people have been talking about this for years, getting sirens up. Why haven't they gotten it done?
I talked today with Tom Moser. He was on the county commission here back when they talked about this in 2015, 16, 17. He told me that they wanted to get a grant for it. When that didn't happen, there was concern about could they afford it? Would the money be there? And there was also some concern for people who thought the sirens would be maybe more of a nuisance than they would really be of a help.
So after all of this, do you think it's going to happen now?
He does, and he really hates for a tragedy like this, a disaster, to be a catalyst for change, but he knew one of the people who died. And he really thinks that this time it's going to get done.
Hopefully. All right.
Hopefully.
Jason Allen, thanks so much. Well, as the hours and days go by, we're learning more about the people who've died in this disaster. Here's Janet Shamlian with a look at some of the lives lost.
Joyce Baden, Mary Grace Baker.
Communities like this Dallas church are struggling with unimaginable loss. The destruction hundreds of miles away, but the heartache close to home.
In the tragic flooding in West Texas.
9-year-old Lila Bonner was a member here at St. Michael. Her life was lost, along with her best friend, 8-year-old Eloise Peck, among the 27 campers and counselors who died at Camp Mystic. Camp director Dick Eastland rushed to the cabins amid the rising water and died, family members say, trying to save some of the 750 girls who were there. Michael McCown drove from Austin to search for his 8-year-old daughter, Linny, trudging through mud and debris.
8 to 9-year-old girls going into 3rd and 4th grade.
Her body was later found, as was the body of bunkmate Renee Samastrala, also just 8, whose uncle says the family is thankful she was with friends and that she will forever be living her best life at Camp Mystic. The all-girls Christian camp has been an institution along the Guadalupe River for almost a century. The river is also a popular vacation spot. Sisters Brooke and Blair Harbor, just 11 and 13, were staying in a cabin with their grandparents when the raging river took them. They were found, family members say, with their hands locked together. For some, like Emily Gutierrez, who is missing 3 family members, hope has given way to an agonizing reality.
It's, day 2, day 3? We don't know. We genuinely don't know, as much as we want to pray and hope. There's only so much a human can actually hold on.
Tonight, in addition to the first responders, hundreds of volunteers have come together to walk the riverbank amid challenging conditions in order to give these families who are still waiting for news of their loved ones some answers, some closure. Maurice.
Cannot come soon enough. Janet Shamlian, thanks so much. The flood danger here is not over. Lonnie Quinn in New York now tracking that for us. Lonnie?
Maurice, the big question is, and everybody wants to know, how does this happen? Here's the situation right now in Kerrville. All right, the area shaded in green. We have a flood watch that's in effect. There could be more to come. But what happened over the weekend? Training showers and storms moved into Kerrville, and it didn't start as a light rain and then become heavier. It went from nothing to something. Rain coming out of those clouds at 6 inches per hour. It ended up with a total of 13.8 inches of rain. But maybe you're still thinking, how does that translate to all of that water? Kerrville was in about the worst drought condition anywhere in our country. So that ground is not playing the role of a sponge. It's not soaking up any of that rain. It's playing the role of pavement. And all of that rain just funnels into Kerrville. This is hill country, a steep topography. So it's not just 13 to 8 inches of rain in Kerrville. It's from all around the area, and it comes down, and you get a river that reacts like this. At 3:45 in the morning, it's about knee height on me, all right? By 4:45, it rises up. This wall you're going to see is 13 feet high. Imagine the water going another 10 feet beyond that, all within 1 hour. Too much for those people to react in a timely fashion. And we know what happened. We're going to learn from this some way, somehow.
Oh my God. Oh, do you know what? When they show it like that, it just, like, how do you react? No matter how much of a good swimmer you are, like, imagine not being able to swim. Oh my! Just imagine what they're going through. They're having the best, and I feel like we've all done this. We've all gone to. I've never been to a camp, but we've all gone. You know, where we're friends when we're young, holiday. You're having the best time of your life, and then now, that memory is gonna turn to sorrow. Oh, I pray for their family members. Oh, it's gonna be. It's tough. There's nothing you can tell people when they're going through stuff like. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say because you will never understand. Because we're gonna forget. Because if you're not affected by it, God, you know, give it a few weeks, few months, everyone else will forget. But the family members, the brothers, the sisters, the cousins, the aunties, the grandparents, they will never forget. Never. Well, yeah, hopefully, I just pray that they're able to fix this in the future. That, you know, they get the sirens done. Any way they can alert people better. Any sign that, you know, even if there's a 5% chance of this happening again, evacuate. No one is there. No one is there. I don't even know what to say. It's such a sad thing. Let me know what you guys think down below. Hopefully we don't get, if you live in an area and you've seen this before, like what normally happens? Like, has this something similar has happened in the past, but it's never been like this? Let us know what this story is, and if you're if you're local to the area. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye.